So we love our mobile phones, especially the Gen Zs, as 99% of them have it and 98% of them use it to connect to the internet. They love the millions of ways cell phones connect us to make our lives easier. But do you know, the smartphone you love and rely on so much could actually be putting you at risk? In a world where everything is online, it's easy to overlook the need for privacy. However, it's important to remember that it takes very little information or a click for someone to steal your identity and hack into your banking accounts. To explain this better, in this Tweak Friday video, we will discuss some shocking facts about how mobile phones can spy. Whatever your position on data privacy is, it is sensible to figure out how your phone is able to compromise your confidentiality, because no individual with a smartphone is exempt from the surveillance. Unfortunately, most users are not aware of this issue and continue to hand over their privacy rights to the respective phone carriers, mobile manufacturers, and even app developers. Therefore, understanding how smartphones provide information on their owners' whereabouts even when not in active use has become important. If you love your data and like to keep sensitive information private, you should know how your phone can spy. In this regard, in our earlier video, we discussed the apps that collect your data. Click the I button to watch the video. How smartphones provide information on their owners' whereabouts even when not in active use. Radio frequency. When a phone is turned on, the carrier, by assessing the distance between the two signal towers, continuously records every movement of the user. Prior to the integration of smartphones, this type of information was private. Permanent records that big data companies are collecting and storing. The IMEI and the IMSI are the two IDs a smartphone has. IMEI, International Mobile Equipment Identity, is the 15-digit number that is used to identify the device, and it permanently stores records. IMSI, International Mobile Subscriber Identity codes determine each movement of the users. The IMEI and IMSI are identification numbers of smartphones and SIM cards. Now, to understand things better, let us dig deep and know how your Android smartphone can be spying on you. Hi there, my name is Shivani and welcome to our Tweak Library channel. Let me explain what happens when you use your smartphone and how it spies. When I say phone, actually I mean several phones, including Google Pixel, OnePlus, Samsung, iPhone, and other popular ones. Wondering what these phones are doing, what they shouldn't be doing? Well, during our research, we got to know several things, but one thing that came out boldly was our Android phones talk a lot to Google and iPhone to Apple. Of course, this is no surprise, as the whole of Android comes from Google and iPhone Apple and is filled with Google and Apple apps like the Play Store, Google Searches, YouTube, Gmail, iTunes, Siri, and the list just goes on and on and on. Due to this, the traffic that is actually sent towards Google's server is more than you can imagine. Google knows almost everything about us. Believing that's the ecosystem, I assumed it's okay that our phones talk to Google, Apple, because where else will the phone talk? But do you know a really big part of the traffic besides Google is actually sent to ad networks? And this happens as app developers, when picking an ad network, don't check it. They simply use the libraries in their app and publish the app without knowing what the ad network is doing in the background. Due to this, the ad network gets the freedom to request different types of information about which the app developer isn't aware, and that information is then misused. Of course, from our daily usage of the web, the frequent pop-ups, auto-playing videos, and inappropriate AdWords, we know ad networks can't be trusted and they will do whatever it takes to get an extra bit of money out of us. So before you plan on using a freemium type game or apps, think twice. You might be exposing yourself to the kind of people who are trying to work out ways to know who you are, your demographic, your location, the kind of phone you have, and your preferences to send ads. All this takes place in the background without really much control from our side. Another place a lot of traffic goes is actually to Amazon's web services. Now you might be thinking, if you are only using a handful of Amazon products, how's that possible? Well, let me tell you, since Amazon is a huge web service that provides a cloud hosting provider, many apps actually opt to use Amazon as the place to keep their databases due to this traffic going over to generic Amazon web servers. But can we trust Amazon, Google, and other services? Here both Android and Apple try to help as they give users to control to grant or deny permissions which we fail to use intelligently, due to which the phone gets an upper hand and privilege to spy. When we grant contacts access permission to a flagship without thinking what it will do, we let the app upload contacts on the internet. In addition to this, to see what it was like with Google Assistant, is Google secretly listening to everything we say. We actually trigger the assistant by saying the keyword, which I won't repeat now because I don't want to activate all of the Google devices. So instead of saying the keyword here that will activate Google, I will say hey, and to my surprise, I found that everything, even the background vocals, was sent in real time, and I can say that on all the phones I tested, data was flowing. But yes, if anyone says by just looking at the phone or talking directly at the phone that they can spy, it is wrong. None of Google Assistant, Siri, or third-party apps get activated without the keyword. Google Assistant's keyword activation is pretty good and is double-checked by Google servers. If it isn't a true positive match, it does not listen to what you are saying. If your conversation don't have any vague words, the data is only processed within your phone. However, these non-triggered data can still be accessed by third-party applications on your phone like Facebook. It's up to them whether they would like to use this data or not. But again, this doesn't mean Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and other social media apps that we use aren't sending data. What's happening with these apps is that we are willingly posting our name, date of birth, friend's name, photos, location, and preferences. So there is not really much of a privacy issue here because you are doing it willingly. Coming back to Google, it has a service called Takeout which allows you to download all the data that Google has about you. This means all the information like what you have searched for, your photos, the location, where they were clicked, and more is all there. Google doesn't just keep it for a day, it has got the records from the time since Takeout was introduced. Now the issue about who has access to this data comes to mind. So to find out about it, subscribe to our channel, and in our upcoming videos we will discuss more about Takeout in detail. Coming back to phone spying, now that everyone carries a camera and a microphone in their pocket, activating Google or Facebook isn't difficult. Apps, governments, and hackers have their ways of activating phones. That is because all software has bugs and all software is written by people, and errors are bound to happen. These are called zero-day exploits, meaning it's an unknown bug and they can be used to access phones and activate microphones, cameras on their own. How to stop brands from spying on you? To stop apps from using your microphone, go to Settings, Privacy, Microphone. Check which apps have microphone access and remove them as you wish. To stop OK Google on Android, go to Settings, Google, scroll to Services and select Account Services. Select Search, Assistant and Voice, Voice. Scroll to the Hey Google section, select Voice Match, deselect Hey Google. To turn off Google Search app microphone access, go to Settings, Apps and Notifications or Apps, see All Apps or Google, select Permissions, Microphone, Deny. To stop Google from tracking your computer, open Google Chrome browser, click your account avatar, manage your Google account, select Data and Privacy. Scroll to History Settings, Web and App Activity, deselect Web and App Activity, pause. Go back to the Data and Privacy page, select Location History, deselect Location History, pause. To stop Microsoft Online Speech Recognition for Windows 10, go to Settings, Privacy, Speech, deselect Online Speech Recognition. To turn off Mac microphone access, go to Apple menu, System Preferences, Security and Privacy, Privacy. Select Microphone, deselect the checkbox to turn off access for your preferred apps. That said, these settings are not enough to completely mask your digital footprint. You should be careful when signing up or in. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the upcoming videos.